everyone. We have one of our very many matches for the day. Dark Horse 2K versus BONK, or BONK versus Dark Horse 2K, whichever one you want to say. But we're going to be getting into this one in just a minute. Match is up, and they should be starting soon. We've got Quest, or pending Quest tiebreaker phase, but I think it's going to be Quest pending then phase. And we're just waiting last couple things last people to get in, I think. And this is indeed the right one. So, apparently, people tell me that the hub's up and game's going and nobody joins. We're stuck here waiting, once again. As is tradition in UT. Although, actually, give me a 1 second here. Just getting set up and ready to go. I mean, this should be... Dark Horse 2K is looking for their first win, and this is a team that is beatable. Elask is the last player for them, for Chonga's team, but he's been getting better. So, I mean, it's going to be interesting to see who's going to win this matchup. Just a lot of possibilities here. Dark Horse 2K certainly isn't a slouch of a team either. They definitely can win. It's just they haven't been able to put it all together long enough, consistently enough in any matches to get one yet. Yeah, unfortunately there are West Coast players, so Ohio is always going to be the pick here. Which is, I mean, I think that's fair. West Coast players get like 80 ping, Euros get like 100, 110 instead of 90. Depending on the Euro, of course. I think most of them would be over 100. But we're just waiting on some more of BONK to join us here. Got Aaliyah and Shore, but we're waiting on Chonga and Elask, or substitutes for those two players. Dark Horse 2 kills DH2K is available. And somehow Quest was picked here, which is just wild. Unless they're gonna swap it over to pending. Somebody mishosted. Could be the case. Ooh, 1 second. Okay. Had to fix my sound quickly. Legions is going to change depending, so... I mean, I'm kind of I don't really care. Like, we got to play all 3 maps, but I could understand some people want to play their map pick first, especially if they're the quote-unquote higher seed. Potentially get themselves into a bit of a... If they can win their pick, they're in a better mental state for map number 2, which might not be their preferred map. Just feels like a... the kind of sensible thing. But we are going to be playing pending first. Give me 1 second. Let me get stuff set up once again. Okay. We are set up, ready to go. Ready and waiting. I think we should be pretty much about set. Currently stuck on nobody because whoever we are on is hiding in a spawn dummy. Absolutely fantastic pre-game content here for you all. We love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. Currently just waiting for this one to get underway. Got everyone in, but Aaliyah needs to change teams and then we can get ourselves started. Dark Horse 2K consists of Legions, Night Terror, Adram, and Rain. BONK consists of Chonga, Shore, Aaliyah, and El Ask. Chonga's done pretty well so far, and Shore and Aaliyah are very capable players. So it's going to be up to El Ask to kind of, you know, hit that 2 PPR threshold that he's been breaking a lot recently, and he will be...
The match is starting.
You know, surprisingly okay pickup. We all thought Chonga's team was toasted, and they already have a win, which is more than Dark Horse 2K can say. But can they prove that statement false after today? They can hopefully get a win, get on to third player X-Ray, and try and be on Shore. Right now, Shore taking out Adram immediately, and now he's going to move up to 50 on pending and look for more people. Gets a shot into Night Terror. Looking around, Rain fighting. Well, actually, let's get back Chonga and Shore over here fighting Night Terror, and they're gonna be able to take down Night. And now it's just Legions. Shore gonna go for that health pack, get it, and we're gonna swap over Legions. Actively fighting at boxes. Has Aaliyah. Aaliyah takes him down. Rain last alive. 1v3 round number 1. Probably not going to go his way. He's getting pushed down. Chonga brings out the link gun. He is not letting Rain have any space. Takes him down. 1-0 Vic lead currently over to BONK. And we'll go on board with the team captain. Chonga has, I mean, basically got auto-picked El Ask and has made the best of it. Getting the most out of his team. And Chonga's I mean, he's an infuriating player to play against. He's very, it's particular. Nobody else quite plays like him. Just very good at being defensive while still managing to get offense out during the map. It's can be very tricky to deal with. And as the biggest copium of all time, Mr. Ghostlich said, he can curve his rockets. But Dark Horse 2K is probably about to go down 2 rounds to none, and they do indeed. Night Terror goes down, and 4-0. Chonga currently 4-0 on killing spree watch. Let's go over to Legions. We already kind of saw a little bit from him at the end of the round, but he needs to be stepping up into these rounds and being aggressive and getting damage out for his team. And he's getting shot from Nest. And this is the importance of having Nest control while controlling pillars. You've got to be able to, like, shoot 50 from multiple angles. So if somebody tries to push in and shoot you from that top 50 area, they're getting hit from multiple places. But Aaliyah goes down, and now it's just El Ask. El Ask drops, and comprehensive round victory for Dark Horse 2K. They're able to take down a couple of different people there. And let's go on board with Knight here, as he's shooting and missing a lot at pillar with his teammate. 2 people in U-Haul is usually not great. Want to be able to get out, and somebody does. And now Knight is pushing forward, gets a little bit of chip damage from that combo. Can't find much else, does find a snipe, but Rain is down to a headshot. The noggin got removed, and now Legion's dropping as well. 2 versus, well, was 4, now 3. Things change in an instant. 2 versus 2. And Night Terror goes down. Shore just pushing in like a demon, taking down Night Terror. And the 2 guys who sound very similar, in my opinion, some like-on-like violence. And Chonga shoots Adram for the last kill. 3-1. Bonk taking names early. 6-1 on Shore. 5-1 on Chonga. And we'll just give Adram this round. Starting off, and him versus Chonga not going his way so far. He's going to go up to the 50 area, but just runs into 2 people and ends up dropping. So now it's Legions and Night Terror against 4 from Bonk. Can they make this 2 versus 4 actually happen? They have health bars. They can make something work, but Chonga immediately just hits Legions, but Legions able to respond, and he's still putting out damage. Flak ball from Elask goes wide, and now it is a 2 versus 3. Legion's missing the snipe onto Elask. Needed that. Almost eats a flak ball to the face. The smiley was almost there. Elask just jumps up right into Legion's waiting arms, but Chonga hits the combo. Just combos the top, takes down Legions in 4-1. And things are not going well so far. We're going to be on board. I mean, Chonga and Shore both playing very well right now. Chonga hitting a nice snipe onto Adram, but Aaliyah is getting dropped. And I don't think Chonga realized that there's somebody actually above him to get some damage into Legions, but he's taking a lot as well. And Chonga ends up going down. Elask, last one alive, and he is just pushing like a madman, but not enough. Dark Horse 2K getting another round on the board. They have 2 now. And it is still well within their capability to win. Let's go on board with Rain. Haven't seen a round from the team captain yet. But he just takes a bunch of shock primaries early. And I don't know why he had rockets out there, but I mean, it didn't hurt them too badly, although they did lose Adram now. And so it is a 3 versus 4. Gonna be tough. And Aaliyah, just Rain walking into Aaliyah's damage. And now Shore's gonna push U-Haul here. Night Terror just flacks him, but ends up going down, and now it's Legions versus 3. Somebody goes up to the pipes, and
2, 1.
That is a 5-2 advantage. Haven't been on board with Aaliyah, I don't believe yet. And he's playing a tight little angle here, and Adram just drops down into him. The weird thing is he was really vulnerable to somebody at 100 at that angle trying to hold it, but I mean, it's not an area that people push that aggressively, but he's fighting 2 here, and it's going to be hard. He's going to have to try and get out, but he does. I mean, it's the 2 remaining players, and Aaliyah ends up going down. Shore 15 HP, but Night Terror drops, and now it's just Adram against 3. Elask 1 HP, and Chonga jumps up. The combo doesn't hit. The rocket does, and the sniper lands as well. And 6-2 Bonk is bonking DH2K right over the head, not giving them anything to work with right now. And actually, we haven't been on an Elask watch yet, and we'll see if he's able to and nice snipe out of Elask. Exactly what the team needs from him to actually just kind of get some shots out, put some damage down range, and just spamming the sniper. And I think that's good. Like, his accuracy does not matter. It just matters that he gets some damage out. And Night Terror gets right in his face. Flat comes out. Elask is the last alive, however, and it's probably not going to. They knew where he was. Take him down. 6-3. I mean, they need to start getting rounds back now. it's now kind of now or never for Dark Horse 2K. But we'll go on board shore, currently leading the way for BONK. And Changa taking down Night Terror. And Shore pushing with the teammate here. But there is a player above them. And Shore getting out some rocket damage. Hits a nice snipe. Needs to kind of keep the chain going here. And it is now 2 versus 3. And Rain unable to kind of punish Shore for giving him so much of his back. But does finally drop, actually. And despite having a probably advantageous 3v2, it is now an advantage for Dark Horse 2K, which they convert and manage to get a 4th round on the board. 6-4. Now we go with, Changa and Shore are both playing really well right now. 3.7, 4.0 PPR. And Legions just pops, or Adram pops right up into Changa's face. And Changa makes him pay for it. And now Legion's at the top pillar. He's kind of getting pincered here. Going to U-Haul, but it's him versus a bunch. And now it is just Rain. And Rain is going to get hit with a direct rocket from Changa. Goes down, and BONK's stemming the bleeding 7-4. They just need to keep it going. And we'll stick right on board Changa. And Adram just gets 2-manned. And now putting Rain into a tough position. Changa's going to come around with rockets, hit some good damage. But Rain able to take him down. And now it's Legions and 3 players, although all very low. Everyone in this, the rest of this is incredibly low. Everyone dies to basically a whisper. Elask, the healthiest player alive with a little over 40 HP, but he is the last alive. And Legion's looking for some damage, but somehow Elask takes down Night Terror. Is he going to get the health pack? He does. And goes up to the top, but unable to hit Rain. Rocket, 1 HP. The tick of the link comes through, takes him down. And very winnable from Elask, going up to the little pillar up there. Don't think they were ready for that, but he was unable to convert the kill onto Rain. Maybe if he just sat up there and waited for him to go by, could have shot him in the back, and Legions would have been none the wiser. But tried to take the kill when he could, couldn't get it. And actually, why are we on? Elask is fighting nobody. Aaliyah is fighting 3 people. It's a party at the Rockets on pending. And the winner of this round is going to be Dark Horse 2K. I was going to say it's pending, but can't really do that when all of BONK dies almost immediately. And they have kind of blown this lead now. Dark Horse 2K is the one team playing with momentum. Legion's 3 PPR. But looks like no one on their team is really struggling so far. Night Terror getting a little bit of Shore getting a little bit of damage out. Onto Night Terror, and a huge combo onto Legions, and Shore puts him low. And Night Terror's getting shot in the back. No real chance. Bulk Bogan down. Rain last alive, and probably not going to make it out of U-Haul. He's going to need a miracle fight from here. But just the U-Haul's too much of a Thunderdome. It's hard to escape there without taking any damage yourself, and they just put it to him. And we'll stick on board Shore. 3.8 PPR, 3.3. Elask, 1.3. If he was up around 2, they would be easily winning, and Night Terror getting the worst of that push. And Adram here, Shore's gonna be able to get behind him, but unable to convert. But Changa taking down Night Terror on the other side of the map. And now it is Legions and Adram. But Legion's kind of trapped in U-Haul, but headshots Aaliyah takes him down. And Changa, nice shock around the corner, takes down Legion, saw where the shot came from. or got caught, but Shore just jumps into the combo. 1v1, but Shanga, I believe that was a combo that hit, just we couldn't see it spectator cam. And that is 9-6 map point for Team Bonk. And we'll go on board Shore here. Adram drops low to basement. There was, yeah, and I mean, Shore, correctly knowing that one was at Nest, but Legions ends up getting two-manned. Shore did have potential to go down there, but it is now all on Night Terror. This is your team's map hopes, and you are going to get double primary, triple primaried by El Ask off the rip, and Aaliyah falls through. Final kill, 10-6. Map number 1 going in favor of Bonk. And Shanga, Shore, and Aaliyah looking like a strong three-man crew. El Ask pulling up support, 1.5 PPR. I mean, hell, if he just gets to 2, that is dangerous territory for any team to be playing Changa's team, to be honest. I mean, if Shore and Changa can just keep putting up near 4 PPR performances, their team will win maps and win matches. And we will be going on to Quest in the second here. I mean, great stuff out of everyone on Bonk. After map number 1 victory, I mean, I know why Dark Horse 2K picked this. They've got a bunch of players who are kind of UT4 exclusives, and Quest is a map that they're good at. But, I mean, everyone on Bonk is probably, except for maybe Shore, is also big-time pubbers. It's not like Bonk is going to be terrified of questing. Finally have it ready. We are going to be getting into this one in just a second. Map number 2 of Bonk versus Dark Horse 2K, or DH2K, is going to be coming up right in here. And Night Terror with some cheeky little shit talk saying to eat shit, have fun. And Shore, and they're the same person. You can't convince me otherwise. Let me try and get X-Ray on. And we are currently on with Night Terror, who's going to be getting a bio out and loading bio. And just over the head hitbox, and the bio did not land. And the push coming in here, Night Terror pushing aggressively into Aaliyah. Gets a bit of flack. Rocket comes through. It's 3 versus 3. Legion's still very healthy. And Night Terror playing this little corner, looking for the top red shot angle, but unable to find it, and saw El Ask, but 20 HP, 15 and 20 HP, and Night Terror finally drops Legion's 15 HP himself against a couple of very healthy members of And yeah, just jumps up. Changa jumping up, getting Legions slightly off guard when he'd looked over to check his other angles. And we'll go on board with Legions. Needs to make something happen for DH2K. And he can do it. He definitely can hit some damage. And down goes Shore. Shore, first one to drop. The player that I would expect to least know the quest angles. But Night Terror getting clapped in as well. And Legions, I mean, he's got full HP, but he hasn't really hit a lot of shots so far this round. And it's going to be on him and Adram to try and win this 2v of not a lot. And just Legion's finally getting a shot onto Aaliyah. Gonna get very healthy. He is Zio stacked at trying to come to Adram's aid. Two players above him. Shoots Elask once. This is very winnable. And Elask 5 HP. And Legion's probably going to clean this one up here. Just needs to get anything. And he does. 1-1. Adram actually having a great couple of rounds. We're going to go on board with him. See if he can continue this. I mean, this Adram is kind of the live or die player performance-wise for DH2K. If he plays well, they will win. If he plays poorly, I don't think they have a chance. He can easily outplay his dollar range. He just needs to make it happen more consistently. And the consistency has been, I think, his big crutch point so far in all of these seasons. But he's currently got like 4 people around him, and he ends up dropping. So does Knight, and now Legion's in a 1v4, not happening for him. Incredibly hard to win Quest 1v4s. There's too many angles that you have to try and check yourself. And we'll go on board with Rain. As we are, I mean, still early stages of this map. 2-1 advantage currently to BONK. But Rain now just getting peppered with primaries. Ends up dropping, and it's now on a 3-man crew from DH2K to make something happen. And Changa just, see, that's the thing. He holds that angle wide. Legions is expecting him to be close around the corner, able to get away immediately. He's just standing there out in the open. Like, nobody else plays like that. Changa is just an enigma. And now Aaliyah, however, and he just gets hit by from every side. Adram, over 1k damage so far. Changa and Aaliyah being the carry so far. We'll go on board with Aaliyah, who's got a Brazil flag. One of the stranger ones I think I've seen for, I mean, maybe he's Portuguese with like Brazilian heritage. Don't know. Haven't really figured that out, but I mean, let's be real here. I'm using a Zimbabwe flag, and I've had no relation to that country. But Aaliyah does go down, and Changa he crouched. That's what I mean. It's so weird to play him, and Changa headshotting Night Terror and giving BONK a lead once again, 3-2. Aaliyah has not shot a sniper yet. There he goes. He misses. Hits one, though. Hits two. Warming up. Misses the primaries. Or he just had 0% accuracy so far while shooting it. Looks like he is spraying and hoping to hit right now, which is fine. Hits 70. Gets a lot of damage. Adram does end up getting dropped. Night Terror getting aggressive. Not the play for him. But Aaliyah's got somebody behind him. And Legions is last man standing, but he's got 3 people behind him. And he goes down. And 4-2. First 2-round lead that we've seen so far. And let's go over to Changa. Looking for shots onto Adram, not finding them. And Changa so far missing terribly. But this round looking like it's probably going to go the way of Dark Horse 2K unless Shore has something crazy to say about it. But Aaliyah's pretty hurt already. And I mean, he's just taking damage now. Adram just able to keep pushing and hit shots. And now he's just, yeah, short 4 HP. He's not winning this one. Yeah, the combo comes in, or the minigun comes in, I should say. Takes him down. 3-4. We're actually on shore here, and shore playing low red. Needs to maybe get involved in this round. Goes up. And the two players do get that were there, get out. Shore trying to help out his teammate. Everyone's kind of in this green area, but it looks like Ask just not being... I mean, this is, I think, the problem after that I've noticed with Ask is that if you just fight away from him, he's not involved. He doesn't rotate quickly at all to help his team. So if you know he's on one side of the map and his team's all on the other, just go to the other side. You can get easy man advantages where Ask is never going to be involved. And if he's not involved, he doesn't do damage. But Adram just body shore. 2 straight flaks to the face. Goes down, and I mean... And now Legion's fighting Ask. Ask actually putting out the link, but it's not enough. Legion's able to survive, and now the link comes out onto Aaliyah. Aaliyah needs to try and make something happen, but he's just taking a lot of damage. The link gun to finish him off. Link legends over on Dark Horse 2K, apparently, as they have now taken a 5-4 lead despite being down 4-2. 3 straight rounds. Nothing is stopping them right now, except those grenades almost blowing up in Aaliyah's face, but missing. Adram dropping early. And Night Terror has got a lot of people in his face. Him and Chonga somehow kind of missing each other, but Night Terror ends up dropping to some of the other players. Legion's getting in health pack, booting up. Rockets coming out, big damage, but just still not enough to kill. Legion's in rain 2 versus 3. However, everyone on, except for Ask on BONK, is pretty hurt. And Ask drops down. They know where Legion's is. Gets some link damage out, but spraying the link wildly. And Legion's takes down Aaliyah. Does get shot for his troubles. Rain's still pretty healthy, though. Sure, 1 HP. Needs to try and survive and get damage out before he dies. But it's going to be tough. He does take down Legions, puts his team into a 2v1 for BONK. 1 versus 2 from the Port of Rain, and Rain gets the angle, gets the shot. 1v1 against Ask. Let's go on board with the answer. And nope, nothing doing this time. Rain just hits him straight up, takes him out. And I mean, it's been rough for Ask just needs to never be last alive. Just needs to try and be aggressive there and kind of take point for Shore with his health bar. Even if he's going to die, he needs to give Shore the opportunity to land the shots, because he's not going to win a lot of these rounds. And so far, I mean, after being down 4-2, Quest has looked all like Dark Horse 2K. They warmed up into the map. Legion's 3.8 PPR will go on board with him. BONK looked like they were gonna win map 2 once again. Similar style depending, just getting out to a lead and just kind of never giving it up. But Legions and Dark Horse 2K have turned that script on BONK's head. Shore getting dropped. Legions moving around the map looking for anything he can get. Gets Aaliyah. And now it's all on Chonga to make something happen. Does get some big damage out onto Legions, but rocket damage traded back. Chonga takes care of Night Terror, gets the health pack, but the combo from Legions, boot jumps up, takes... Chonga didn't have enough time to make it out of there with that health pack. Needed to just look for Legions immediately, but the boots were too tempting. And actually, let's go on board Legions. Legions getting pushed by a couple people here, but taking the damage out of the health bars. Team's down a man, but Legion's taking care of Shore and gonna run into somebody here. Ask below him as well, but Ask cannot hit a shot. And now Adram and Legions, and Ask right in Legion's face. Legion's getting around, missing the LG, could have killed him. Or actually couldn't have. LG wouldn't have been enough at that point. But now it's Chonga and Ask, and they just need to focus down. But Ask looking wildly, doesn't know where anyone is right now. Does kind of readjust, but Chonga's going to jump up right in front of Legions, but Legions misses, but hits the flak. Ask 1 versus 2. Kind of needs to win this round 100%. Can't there? His team BONK can't afford to drop another one. Really need to win a couple straight. Flak misses. Rocket from Legions does not though. 9-4. DH2K taking a pretty commanding lead, 9-4. in map number 2. We're going to send us probably to a map 3 meaningful tiebreaker. Big combo from Elask onto Night Terror, though, but it is probably too little too late. It is already a 2 versus 4 with pretty big health bars on most of the remaining members for, well, the one player who was low goes down. But now it's all on Changa for his team's map Life on Quest. And it is looking like Dark Horse 2K is gonna quest successfully as they take a 10-4 lead, and that will be map number 2 in favor of Dark Horse 2 kills. Legion's 4.7 PPR having himself a game. Adram 3.4, 15 and 8. I mean, almost 3k damage still in a 14-round game. Great stuff out of those two, and as I said, the way Adram goes is going to be the way Dark Horse 2K goes. If he plays well, they should win a lot of maps, or at least be competitive. Rain 1.6, barely better than Alaska. It did not matter because Adram had 3.4 and Legions had 4.7. 10-4 scoreline. Oh, you gotta update the score bug here quickly. Forgot to do that almost. We are 1-1 going into our tiebreaker here, and it will be FaZe. So I am interested to see what team is going to come out on top here. Both teams, I think, are very capable of doing well here. Waiting for Rain to get back, change team, and get this one started. Some have funs, and we are about to get ready into this match, map number 3, meaningful FaZe game. And it should be a doozy. Pancake. Well, I was gonna say it should be a doozy, but even though we have funs and ready ups, still not started, so Rain must not be ready still somehow. And we are still waiting for this one to get going into map number 3.
Is starting.
And finally, we are all ready to go. We are going to be getting, well, I guess blue was actually our, the bonk was our pain point, but we're going to be going into map number 3, meaningful tiebreaker on FaZe. Come one, come all, tell your friends, let's go. And we're going to see, we're going to start off right on board Legions. I think he hits a couple quick snipes. I think 2 people got hit there, and or maybe just 1, not sure. But Legions, anyways, after a 4.7 PPR performance on Quest, needs to kind of do something similar, and is able to get somebody from around the corner That would be Elia. Need to get the X-ray on. 1 second. Do have it. And Legion's looking for more damage. They're going to give him the health pack. Let him do big things. And he could have just run one rocket, but the Kami from Chonga comes out. He flaks himself on a wall right in front of Legion's face. And that is the second in 2 straight days self-Kami on a wall we have seen on this map. So worthwhile stuff, and Shore is just caught in a corner and exterminated like a rat, and Rain kills himself off the map. But we're gonna go on board now with Chonga, who hits a big combo to start with, and Rain already taken very low, and Chonga just links him down, does not give him any spare room to breathe, and trying to move over to Adram. Gonna go over to Belt now. Take the world's slowest lift. Adram looks at him. The combo not connecting though. Shot it to the wrong side. No, everyone back by Belt here. Chonga gonna move over towards the helmet. Try and get a flank going. And I mean, they're all on. Yeah, Chonga's flank just not effective there. And now he's going to be in a 1 versus 3, and he's already taken some damage. Rocket's coming out, and he waits to actually get up here. But he's just, there's too many angles just getting shot. Needs to hold something, and Adram hits the shot onto Chonga, and that is 2 rounds now in favor of Dark Horse 2K as they're taking the lead in this matchup. And BONK needs to have another pending-like map in order to win this, but they're just not getting the performance. The odd maps have been a bit, looks like they are a bit of an Achilles heel for them so far. As Night Terror looking to shoot Chonga, but just takes a lot of damage here. Just not reacting crisply. Adram kind of holding off Elask. It would be good for him to move over and try and get the healthy players while Elask is busy screwing around. They do take down Chonga. Elask is in Adram's face. But yeah, just try and focus on Aaliyah if you can. If you can take Aaliyah out, you can beat Elask quite easily. And Aaliyah does jump right up into Adram's face, but he only gets 1 primary, 2 primaries. He gets a shock onto Elask, but Elask is pushing aggressively. And Elask hits the snipe. What a round from Elask. Needed it. His team definitely needed that. Get themselves around on the board. We'll go on board with Elask, see if he can keep it going. Looks like he might be a little bit more comfortable on a map that not everybody knows. Or maybe not everybody knows as well as Dark Horse 2K's team, New Quest. I don't know if Elask has actually played a lot of Quest. I don't feel like he was as consistent of a pubber, or at least a consistent pubber when he was kind of learning how to actually play Elim better. He's definitely made some strides this season, I think, but currently he's kind of in the back for his team, so we'll go on board with somebody else who's a bit more in the action. And Chonga is looking. He knows there's 2 up there, and he's just unable to really get a push going. Rain drops right down into his waiting arms and able to take him down. Night Terror, last alive, does take down Chonga, but now he has a bunch of players in his face. Aaliyah just flacks him for his entire health bar, and that is a 2-2. BONK coming back. Chonga doing the work so far, but we'll go on board. And he hits Rain 70 coming up the lift, hits somebody else for 70, or Rain again. Couldn't tell which target it was. Looking at the health bars, Rain got tapped a bunch. Rain very low. Chonga hitting a nice rocket. Needs to just turn the corner, takes down Adram. And Rain 15 HP. This is not boding well for and Legions just jumps right up into Chonga's rockets, and Legions gets ghosted. And now it is all on Rain. 15 HP was not going to happen for him. And 3-2. BONK, after losing the first 2 rounds for this map, have come back and have just decided to not drop whatever they can. And it is, I mean, we're back on board with Legions, but Legions kind of doing nothing right now. And he's going to shoot his own teammate. Not exactly what you want to see. Night Terror was fighting 2 at helmet, but he's going to back off. He took a lot of damage. And now he's got Shore pushing right into him. Rockets, though, going Night Terror's way. Shore getting the worst of that exchange. And somehow Night Terror is still alive here. Aaliyah does drop. And Chonga goes down to Night Terror. Night Terror having a pretty good round here, surviving for a long time and putting out a lot of damage while low. And big comp, but Shore hits the headshot and the snipe, but goes down, and now it is just Elask who drops to Legions. And 3-3. And let's go on board with, let's actually check out Shore, because right now I don't think he's doing too hot. I mean, slightly under 2 PPR, but his team kind of needs him to be at 3.5. That's where his team has found success so far. And if he's not finding that, they're probably going to struggle. And he does find Night Terror, so can he keep it going? And Rain just avoids the combo, but Legions now, Shore flaks and headshots just, I mean, absolute cheat code sometimes, and direct rockets Adram in the face and kills, well, Adram goes down to somebody else, but, I mean, great round out of Shore, and that's what the team needs. We'll stick on him. He seems hot right now, or at least warming up. The kettle is on the fire. The tea is being cooked, and Shore is taking a lot of damage. That was not what we were hoping for. We were hoping to see a good round out of him, but yeah, I mean, he's still alive. He can still put something out, but it's not looking likely at this point. And he goes down, and now it's Elask and Chonga. And Elask drops Chonga, last alive, 1 versus 3. Gonna need some magic out of the man from wherever he's from. And he's gonna die on a lift. And 4-4. Teams are very evenly matched right now. Adram also having a good game. Let's go on board. Every time I see him play FaZe, he does seem to play well here. So, potentially something about this map really suits Adram. As he gets behind Shore, but Shore ends up taking just about as much out of him as Adram takes out of Shore. And now Elask is just coming in with the link gun, and Adram just jumps into a bunch of people here. And somehow Aaliyah was surviving through all of that, but it ends up dropping. And now it is Shore and Elask against 4. And Adram goes down. Shore gets 1 kill. Gonna boot jump up right to his teammate. And now they're stuck in a corner. It is a defensible position, but they need to try and make something happen, and they are surrounded, and the link guns are out, and Elask kind of just left quickly and left Shore to his own devices, which a bold move did not pay off for them. Let's go on with Rain, who lands a nice snipe to start the round, and now pushing, but eats a combo. Rocket grenades, probably not the play there, but Chonga puts himself into a bad spot, ends up killing Rain, but taking a lot of damage and going down himself. Shore looking in the basement. And somebody's listening. Night Terror is listening, hits a snipe. Shore just unable to be ready for that. And Adram jumps down. Flak doesn't hit. Combo, I think the combo went off. Legions running, I mean, Short, good drop down, but unable to find the damage. Hits a nice Flak, though.
1 kill remains.
But it is 1 versus 3, 1 versus 2. It's going to be tough to win, but Legions can be killed. Just needs to hit an LG on him, and then maybe, just maybe, can make something happen to Adram. But Adram is looking for, but big damage onto Adram. Very winnable now. Needs to survive. Short needs running for his life.
2, 1.
And he's got to make something happen now. Needs to get a kill and get some health on his side. But Adram healthy enough to survive the shot. And Legions and Adram getting the shot. Adram with the ace, 6-4. We'll stick on board Adram. But failing the dodge to open the round. And missing the shot onto Shore, but Shore missing him as well. And now the push comes through. The random shot core hits Aaliyah and does damage, but Aaliyah now shooting primaries. And great attempt to re-hit the combo. And Adram just eliminates Aaliyah. And Elask jumps up in front of him, but the rocket then hits. I mean, it felt like Adram, he had a great series of primaries, and he finally drops. Chonga getting the kill. And hopefully, and this might be good. Big flak on the Chonga. Chonga goes down. Night Terror is having the round he needs. Shore is low, is winnable. There are health packs available. You heard him leave. Go get those health packs. Do not just leave those here. Shore going up the belt. Think Night Terror heard that. Takes a good damage. Flak comes out. I mean, the flight there was... You die to an LG. You can't be flying. Rocket not connecting. That LG from Shore connects and prevents the tragic loss of that round for BONK. But the rocket almost did connect. I thought it might have, but I could not tell for sure. And Shore and his teammate, why was his teammate following him with rockets there? Rain looking for damage, but Shore's caught in the courtyard and just goes down for it. I mean, good on Dark Horse, 2 kills for being able to punish that courtyard push. Player in the courtyard, if you ever hear a call that somebody's in the courtyard and you have the ability to get there and shoot that guy, you should. They should die. You should never be there and be allowed to survive. Unless you're 3v1 against somebody remaining. But El Ask, last alive in courtyard, he is not going to survive. Flaks himself and decides to end his own round. And right now, Aaliyah and El Ask are the reasons kind of for BONK to not be doing that well. Both sub 2 PPR, they both need to step it up. Aaliyah more so than El Ask. You're not expecting consistent 2 PPR out of El Ask, but you should be expecting it out of Aaliyah. And it's currently not happening. Why are we on El Ask here? Don't know, but there's a fight over at the helmet. Aaliyah goes down, and it is 2 versus 4. We need some magic runs more out of Shore. Legion's missing some shots. Shore hitting a shot onto Legion's.
1 kill.
This is winnable. Shore could potentially get a couple of kills here. Needs to land a shot. Does get one. I think they heard him. Legion's definitely heard him, but or Night Terror did hear, but goes down. Rain put Legion's goes down, and is potential 1v4 Dark Horse. You have to know. You get one shot. The damage lands. Crucially, the boot jump is wasted from Shore. He tried to go up without using the lift. There are health packs available. He accidentally used that boot, though, which means if he wants another health pack, he's going to have to take an easy way. And the Dark Horse, the damage comes out. I wasn't even looking at Adram's health bar. He died to 1 tick of overtime. And Shore gets the 1v4. Dark Horse keeps his team alive. And good damage out onto Adram, but the rocket unable to follow up. And now Night Terror needs to land anything. Good damage coming out onto Shore. Shore goes down. And now El Ask getting some damage onto Legions. Doesn't connect the flak, though. And it looks like there are 2 players on El Ask here, which not really the... huge flak ball from El Ask just bonks Legions directly in the face. And another snipe coming out of El Ask. El Ask currently on a heater, but gets flacked by Legions. And it is now on Aaliyah. Has to make something happen. Legions is low. Very winnable. Needs to hit Legions and take him down. Does take care of Legions. Can he take care of Night Terror as well? Night Terror puts himself in a corner. Able to weasel out. Aaliyah looking for some damage. Playing with a steering wheel. Wrangling that thing around. Holy moly. Turning radius. But he hits the snipe. Can he hit the other? Flak comes out. Flak from Aaliyah. Flak. Aaliyah gets the clutch. Aaliyah is the hero and ties us up at 7 rounds apiece. We have the first team to 10. 3 more rounds needed from either one of these teams. A best of 5 basically for the rest of this match. And we're on board with Aaliyah, who's getting double sniped by Legions to start, triple sniped by Legions. 10 HP on Aaliyah for 15. I thought it was 10 for 3 snipes. Did we change health bars? Did we make people slightly healthier? Was that a change I was unaware of? Not sure. But Aaliyah, 15 HP. And, I mean, one minigun more or less is enough to take him out, but I mean, we'll need two. But Night Terror does go down. Aaliyah able to provide value with 15 HP. And now Chang'e 1 versus 3 does take care of Adram, but Self-Flax Legions is hurt, but not that low. Big damage needed out of Chang'e. Chang'e kind of saw the point. Combo comes out, not quite hitting. Rocket does connect. But Rain just jumps into him and takes him down. Legions was snipeable, but the first round going over to Dark Horse, 2 kills. And now, I mean, Chang'e gonna push forward. Knows Legions is up there. Hits a snipe. Can he hit a second one? Doesn't connect the second one. And somebody already dropping it is Elask. That's not the biggest loss possible. Good combo damage. Big rocket. Night Terror goes down, but Chang'e ends up dropping to Rain. And once again, Shore is in a position where he needs to clutch up for his team, but both players are pretty healthy. Needs, well, actually, I shouldn't say both players. Just Rain is healthy. Adram, 30 HP. Feel like Shore needs to find the shot onto Adram first. And Rain gets into his face, but damage comes out. Rain gets a little bit of hurt for his trouble. Night Terror, I think, or not Night Terror, Shore heard Adram, but gonna back off, play a little bit passively. He does need to, I mean, he just needs to find Adram. And finally, Rain and Adram reconnected, so it's gonna be hard for him to just hit one angle. Adram able to land a shot. Adram does drop, and I mean, the health pack basically requirement to get, and Rain unable to hit the shot gives Shore a chance. He needs to hit some damage though soon. He can't afford to wait. Rain is going to try and bleed him out. He does hit some damage, but Rain hits the shot when needed. And Dark Horse 2K 1 round away from winning this whole thing. And can they get their first match win against BONK? And it is looking like, I mean, they are so close. They are achingly close to getting that. The thing they've wanted for so long, a match win, is in their grasp. Let's see if Legions can secure it for his team. Playing a little defensively, does find some damage, but does take some in return. And he definitely heard that lift, but he's going to track Aaliyah through the wall anyways. And somebody goes up the other basement lift, and it is running out of time for BONK. They are about to be the Bonkies here, as, I mean, it's looking like, but I say that, they are able to even it up, although goes down to a 1 versus 2. Chang'e is fighting for his team's life. He takes an early snipe, does get some damage out, kills Legions. Can he kill Adram as well? Gets the first snipe onto Adram, gets the boots, jumps away, kills Adram, and his team is still alive. 9-8. Map number 3. And this is a must-win round for Chang'e's team. I mean, they were all must-win rounds, but this one sends it to a win by 2. They give themselves a little bit more breathing room if they can win this one. But it is not going well. Aaliyah gets killed, knocked off the map. Chang'e, Shore, Elask, they're able to take down Adram. That's been a big kill for them so far. But Bogan just runs through, Flax Chang'e, puts it down onto Shore and Elask, taking care of Night Terror. Elask goes down. Legions, not that healthy, but does survive a snipe, crucially. The snipe comes through, needs one more, 22 HP. Shore moving around over towards the health packs. Gonna be able to get one. Needs to find Legions. Rain is close. Rain boot jumps up. Snipe lands from Rain. And Legions hit Shore, and 10-8. Dark Horse 2K able to take it. And that will be their first match victory against BONK. BONK dropping after winning map 1 on Pending, losing the next 2. And that will be a 2-1 victory for Dark Horse 2K. And, I mean, fantastic stuff out of Dark Horse 2K, finally able to get themselves a match victory on the board. BONK dropping to, I think, the same record as Dark Horse 2K now. And, I mean, sets them up. There are playoff spots on the line for these teams down here at the bottom of this division. And we are going to see, I think we have another couple matches so far today. So, more upcoming. This was a 10-8 map 3 victory, though, to Dark Horse 2K, winning the series 2-1, and we will see you later. So tune in then. As always, UT4 Lim League Season 5, hosted by UTPugs, and we will catch you all in the next one. Take care now, all of you.